to the normalizations. Okay, we are talking about different types of functional dependencies. A functional dependency is always denoted with the arrow in our DBMS. Say, for example, X arrow, then Y, it represents that Y is functionally depending on X, or X functionally derives Y. అంటే y x మీద y వాల్యూ x వాల్యూ మీద డిపెండ్ అయ్యి ఉంది. x వాల్యూ మారితే y వాల్యూ మారుతుంది. బట్ డోంట్ థింక్ y వాల్యూ మారితే x వాల్యూ మారుతుందని కాదు. It is the meaning whenever x changes, y also changes its value. X value, y value is purely depending on x value, right? So based on the functional dependencies, the functional dependencies can be fully functional dependency or partial functional dependency or multi-value functional dependencies, trivial functional dependencies, non-trivial functional dependencies, transitive dependencies. Okay, we can identify 6 different types of functional dependencies. We identify 6 different types of functional dependencies that may present, not all at a time, okay, but there are the 6 different types of functional dependencies you may find out in a table. Based on the functional dependencies present in the table, based on the different type of functional dependency present in a particular table, we identify what is the level of the particular table it is. Based on the level of table it is, we identify whether it is in the first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, or BCNF normal form. We consider to be the third normal form. BCNF in particularly is the highest level of normal form or sufficient normal form. But beyond that also we are having normal form where rarely occurs fourth normal form and fifth normal forms. Fourth normal form is multi-valued dependencies. We identify in certain cases only. Similarly, the last and final normal form is projected joint normal forms. Okay, so we use these dependencies in order to identify in which normal form it is. If you found still there is some flaws are presenting, some whatever these dependencies some present in the tables, we go for the division. Okay, right? So we are having the various different types of normal forms. Say for example, fully functional dependency. What is the meaning of functional dependencies? Means you are having various tables. Okay, every table may contain primary keys. Okay, the primary intention of the primary key or candidate key is for maintaining the uniqueness. Okay, so we expect remaining attributes all should be depending on the primary key. అంటే ప్రైమరీ కీ తెలిస్తే టేబుల్లోనే మిగతావన్నీ కూడా తెలుస్తాయి. ఓకే, డైరెక్ట్గా రిలేషన్షిప్ ఉండాలి. డైరెక్ట్గా రిలేషన్షిప్ లేకపోతే యూ కెన్ థింక్ అవుట్ దోస్ attributes are maybe not fit into this particular table. Okay, so we expect the, say for example, if you are having the 5 attributes, if you made one attribute is the primary key, it is not sufficient. Okay, remaining 4 must be strongly related to the first attribute. Okay, right? So the definition is an attribute is fully functionally depending on any other attribute. An attribute is fully functionally dependent on another attribute. If it is fully functionally dependent on that attribute, and not any of its proper subsets, or not any of proper subset. అంటే సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఐడి డేస్ ఉంది అనుకుంటే, ఓకే ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఐడి ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి మీద డిపెండ్ అయ్యిందంటే ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి మీద మాత్రమే డిపెండ్ అవ్వాలి, కానీ మళ్ళీ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడితో ఉన్నది ఏదైనా ప్రాపర్ సబ్సెట్ మీద డిపెండ్ అవ్వకూడదు. ఫుల్లీ డిపెండెంట్ ఆన్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి ఓన్లీ, not its proper subsets or super subsets or any other attributes or any other attributes also. Similarly, number of days, okay, spent on the particular project, it must be completely related to the employee ID only. Employee ID is having project ID, employee ID is having days, the days are completely related to employee, not project. Okay, the project ID is also related to the employee ID only. Okay, that is the meaning. Here in the write up it is given as a PQ attributes. Okay, the PM means project, say say or Q, the PQ, or say for example they given, okay, Q means project ID. I will replace also here later. Q is functionally depending on other attribute P. It is functionally dependent on P and not any proper subset of P. Okay, or employee project. The table given is the employee project. Okay, so what it means? Now we are considering project ID is, we are defining project ID is fully functionally depending on employee ID. Days is fully functionally depending on employee ID. Okay, మన fully functionally dependent అంటే ఆ ఫీల్డ్ మీద మాత్రమే డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది, ఇంకా దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అవ్వట్లేదు, దాని ప్రాపర్ సబ్సెట్ మీద డిపెండ్ అవ్వట్లేదు, దాన్ని ఫుల్లీ ఫంక్షనల్ డిపెండెంట్ అంటారు. We recall this particular property in normal form 2, in the normal form 2. Okay, so first fully functionally dependent dependency, an attribute is fully functionally dependent on another attribute if it is fully or it is functionally dependent on attribute, not on any other its proper subset, even not any other attributes, not even any other attributes. That is called as fully functionally dependent on. Say for example, once again, if it is Q, if it is P, the P is fully functionally dependent, this is P. Q is fully functionally dependent on P. Okay, Q is fully functionally dependent on P. అంటే Q P మీద తప్పితే డేస్ మీద కానీ ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడిలో ఉన్న సబ్సెట్ మీద కానీ దేని మీద కూడా డిపెండ్ అవ్వకూడదు. ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఐడి కంప్లీట్గా ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి మీద మాత్రమే డిపెండ్ అవ్వాలి. అలా ఉంటే Q P మీద ఫుల్గా డిపెండ్ అయ్యి ఉంది అని చెప్తాం. ఓకే, రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ partial dependency. So the partial dependencies occurs when a non-prime attribute is functionally dependent on part of a candidate key. Okay, non-prime attributes and automatically primary key కాకుండా non-prime attributes ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో మిగతావి non-prime attributes. Okay, what it means? First of all, partial dependency occurs when a non-prime attribute. Now, what is the meaning of non-prime attribute? Every table may contain a primary key attributes, non-primary key attributes. What is the meaning? Every table contains primary key and non-primary keys, other ordinary key, ordinary values, columns. So non-prime attribute means non-primary key attribute. Okay. సో ప్రైమరీ కీ కాకుండా ఇంకా మిగతా కాలమ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ కూడా నాన్ ప్రైమ్ అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ అయిపోతాయి. ఓకే, దిస్ if occurs when a non-prime attribute, any non-prime attribute, okay, it is not necessary be all non-primary attribute. Whenever you found any non-prime attribute is functionally dependent on part of candidate key. పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ క్యాండిడేట్ కి ఇందాక ఏమనుకున్నాం, పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ క్యాండిడేట్ కి ఉండకూడదు. ఫుల్లీ ఫంక్షనల్లీ డిపెండెంట్ అంటే ఎంప్లాయీ ఐడి ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో కంప్లీట్ గా దాంట్లోనే ఉండాలి, కానీ ప్రాపర్ సెట్ మీద ఎక్కడా కూడా డిపెండ్ అయ్యి ఉండకూడదు. అలా ఉంటే ఫుల్లీ ఫంక్షనల్ డిపెండ్ అనుకుంటున్నాము. బట్ ఏదో ఒక అట్రిబ్యూట్ ఉందంటే ప్రాపర్ సబ్సెట్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయ్యింది. ఏదో అట్రిబ్యూట్ ప్రాపర్ సబ్సెట్ మీద కూడా డిపెండ్ అయ్యి ఉంది. సో హెన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ a fully functional dependent, automatically comes under partial dependency. So as a non-prime attribute, okay, a primary attribute not part of the primary key is functionally dependent on part of the candidate key. That means even complete primary key kuda undaledu, part of the candidate key మీద depend అయిపోయింది. Hence it is deviated from the case number 1. Okay, so whenever you identify some attribute is functionally dependent on part of a candidate key, not fully dependent, it depends upon part of a candidate key, not fully dependent. Okay, you identified. Clear? So automatically it is not fully functionally dependent. This second normal form eliminates such partial dependencies. The second normal form eliminates, I will explain you once again the normal forms. This is only part of the dependencies, the functional dependencies question. Okay, so we are having a functional normal form. We call it as a second normal form. The second normal forms automatically eliminates such partial dependencies or identify such partial dependencies, then eliminate such partial dependencies by dividing that particular table into 2 or more number of tables, by dividing or decomposing that particular table into 2 or more number of tables. Okay, so for example, we are having a student ID table or student projects table is there. In the student project table, the student ID, project ID, student name, project number. If you are identifying this particular table itself, if you are identifying the table itself, okay, student ID, will the student ID completely sufficient for making this particular table as primary key, or project ID? We are having the two different types of information. One is student, project number, student name, project name. Okay, if you are taking the student ID as one, you may assign a project ID to the student, but the project names vagara it is not fully depending on student ID. Project number and the project name are related, or student ID, student name are related. Okay, student name is fully depending on student ID, but the project name is fully dependent on project number, but it is partially depending on the student ID. Clear? Even the student name partially depending on the project number, but fully depending on student ID. That is the thing, sir. Okay, so student name, project name should be functionally dependent on part of the candidate key to be a partial dependent only. The part of the candidate key is depending. Okay, hence there are partial dependencies are there in this particular table. There are partial dependencies are there in this particular table. Hence the table need to be divided. hence the table need to be divided. Clear? అంటే ప్రాజెక్ట్ నేమ్ కంప్లీట్ గా స్టూడెంట్ ఐడికి సంబంధం లేదు. ఓకే, ఇట్ వి కాల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ, అంటే స్టూడెంట్ నేమ్ తెలిస్తే ప్రాజెక్ట్ నేమ్ తెలియాలని లేదు ఇమీడియట్లీ. ఓకేనా? సో దాన్ని పార్షియల్ డిపెండెన్సీస్ అంటారు. అన్యాచురల్. ఓకే, so when we identified it is unnatural, we don't want, we call it as a partial dependency. Okay, so once again, a particular student may contain a number of projects also. Okay, a project can be done by n number of students also. Okay, understood? So that is the reason here the id may be a combination of student id and project number. Student id and project number can be a candidate key, not alone. But student name is depending on only the part of this candidate key, student id only. Project id is depending on part of this candidate key, project id only, not full. Right? We are having some other dependencies called as multi-value dependencies. Once again, we are having the multi-value dependencies in the latter part of our theory, but just I am introducing the particular thing. Multi-value dependency events when exists one or more rows in a table, one or more number of rows in a table, okay, may refer one or implies one or more other rows in the same table. Okay, one or more number of rows in the particular table may refer one or more number of rows in the same table. Okay, such thing we call it as a multi-value dependencies. I will explain you what is the meaning of once again multi-value dependencies. Okay, so let it be we are having attributes PQ or SC, whatever it may be. Clear? The multi-value dependency is represented using the double arrows. Okay, so P double arrow Q, Q double arrow R is representing P is having multi-value dependency with Q. Q is having multi-value dependency with R. Okay, what it means is for every P there may be have n number of Q values. For the same V, you can have n number of Q values. For same Q, you can have previously it is 1:1. If P changes, Q changes. If P changes only, Q changes. But here for every P there are set of Q values. For every Q, for the same Q also we are having set of R values. So for example, you are having, there is a multi-value dependency between teachers, subjects and student books. Previously, a teacher may taught only one subject, but here a teacher can take more than one subject. Same teacher, multiple subjects. Once again, for every subject previously, if it is a functional dependency, for every subject you can have only one textbook, but every subject may have n number of textbooks. Every subject may have n number of textbooks. Without changing the subject name, you are getting multiple values of the textbooks. This is called as multi-value dependency. Okay, I will explain. This comes under fourth normal form, complete topic. Right. Now important one, trivial functional dependencies and non-trivial functional dependencies. Trivial functional dependencies and non-trivial functional dependencies. Functional dependencies which are also known as trivial functional dependency. Okay, functional dependencies can also be known as trivial functional dependency occurs when a functional dependency A derives B holds true. That means A deriving B or B derived by A, it should be true, where B is subset of A. Where B is subset of A. రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ వచ్చిన అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ ఉన్న సబ్ అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ లో సబ్సెట్ అయితే we call it as a trivial functional dependency. Everybody listening now? So we are having, if whenever we are identifying the functional dependencies, the functional dependency are nothing but set of rules. If you identify in the set of rules, if you identify in the set of rules, where right hand side attributes are also present on the left hand side also, that is subset of A, or nothing but simply if you identify what the attributes present on the left hand side, okay, right hand side, the attributes which are present on the right hand side is also part of the attributes on the left hand side. So left hand side attributes is nothing, need not be a single attribute. In the both left hand side and right hand side you can have multiple number of attributes. Such attributes, such functional dependency is called as trivial functional dependency if B is subset of A. Okay. So for example, A derives A, both left hand side and right hand side have the maybe the same attribute set. You can call it as a trivial. B derives B, it is also called as trivial. Okay. So for example, once again you are having, I given you this set. I will share this PPT to you. Okay, please go through these particular things here in the examinations, or in particularly in the NPTEL examinations. In the NPTEL examinations or GATE examinations, maybe placements, they may ask you such questions, okay, and they may ask us to identify something, okay. So for example, we are having the two columns, employee ID and employee name. The employee ID and employee name derives employee ID is a trivial functional dependency. Why? Employee ID is available on the right hand side of the functional dependency. Employee ID is present on the left hand side of the functional dependency also. Hence it is trivial. Be careful. We are identifying this thing. If the functional ID, functional dependency of this particular type, you need to do something else later. Okay. So employee ID is a subset of employee ID and employee name, hence it is a trivial functional dependency. Okay, non-trivial functional dependency. Reverse. Functional dependencies, which are also known as non-trivial functional dependency. Okay, it occurs when A derives B holds true, where B is not a subset of A. అంటే రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ ఉన్న అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ ఎక్కడా లేకపోతే, రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ ఉన్న అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లేకపోతే, వేర్ బి is not subset of A, we call it as a non-trivial functional dependencies. If a relation in a relationship, if attribute B is not a subset of attribute A, then it is considered as non-trivial functional dependencies. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి ఇవన్నీ నేను. A derives B is a non-trivial functional dependency if B is not subset of A. If B is not subset of A. So when A intersection B is null, when A intersection with B is null, that means that nothing is common. A derives B is called as complete non-trivial. Complete non-trivial. ID derives name. No left, no right common. Name derives date of birth. No left, no right common. Hence it is non-trivial functional dependencies. Transitive dependencies. We identified what is the meaning of transitive functional dependency. When A derives B, B derives C, then you can also say A derives C. Okay, such dependency is called as non-trivial functional dependency. Okay, a small example is once, yeah, a transitive is a type of functional dependency which happens when T is indirectly formed by two functional dependencies. When a functional dependency is formed by indirectly formed by two functional dependencies, like company derives CEO, CEO derives age, then you can say company derives age. Okay, right. The thing is, you need to remember the transitive dependencies only occurs in a relation of three or more attributes. It occurs in the relation of three or more number of attributes, but it is also one of the very important one. You need to identify these transitive dependencies are there or not in any particular table. Sometimes if the transitive dependencies are there, then you can divide this particular table into two or more number of tables. Okay, right. So these are the functional dependencies. We can stop here. Tomorrow I will come with other topic. I will explain you something else. Be careful, all these functional dependencies are using as part of the normal forms, are using as part of the normal form. The examinations may be in the not mid examinations it because a few of part is from the first half, few part is most of it is from the module number 3's later part only. But I explained you what is the meaning of all these functional dependencies. Okay, so if you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, give me your attendance.